at the end of the day, when all is said and done, all you have is yourself and yourself. Well, and God, thankfully. Welcome back to the best podcast in the world. You're now listening to the Chidera Onoha podcast, and I'm your host, guys, Chidera Onoha, aka Stargirl Chi, and we're back with another episode. I'm actually really excited recording this today. I don't know why. I'm just so happy. I'm actually so happy recording this today. Like, our podcast is 1 month, guys. Like, Chidera has been coming up here speaking to you all every Friday at 5 p.m. for 1 month. Like, I love this journey of consistency. Like, it's making me smile. Like, I was thinking about it yesterday, and my teeth were wide open. Like, who's this girl? Call me consistency queen, guys. Like, wherever you are, call me. Just give me a standing ovation. I promise I'm taking a bow, taking a courtesy. Standing ovation. Thank you, guys. The crowd is shouting. Thank you, guys. I'm actually really happy. The growth, the plays. Like, you guys, I really, really love when my plays increase. Like, I love it no matter the amount. And the way it works, each time I go to the app, daily I see 1 play. It just makes me happy that someone out there is listening to me speak. It makes me smile. I'm really, really happy about that. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me. I am so excited. Yeah, so welcome to the month of April, guys. Welcome to quarter 2. I just hope that, April and the rest of the year has something great for each and every one of us. Like, God is going to surprise you guys. God is going to color your life with all things bright and beautiful. Amen. And I also hope He has a lot for this podcast. Yeah. So, guys, today I wanted to share something with you guys. I wanted to tell you guys something that's been on my mind. It's not really worried me, but it's something I've actually thought of. Yeah, I just want to share with my podcast community. So, the Chidera Onoha podcast, I was really thinking about it in the month of March. I wanted to make my podcast known for something. Like, it would really be nice that, okay, the Chidera Onoha podcast is a relationship podcast, or the Chidera Onoha podcast is a fashion podcast. But like, the Chidera Onoha podcast, the Chidera Onoha podcast, has a niche, like has something, like people can say, oh, you listen to the Chidera Onoha podcast, what is it about? Oh, the Chidera Onoha podcast is academic podcast. You get like something behind it. So the month of March, I was doing a lot of meditation and praying to God, and I was like, by the month of April, I'll be back with full force with a niche, and I'm able to have something I stand for. But honestly speaking, I honestly don't have it. So in the process of my meditation, I'm like, the Chidera Onoha normally without the podcast, the Chidera Onoha is, because I'm known for writing or creating content that I need to hear. So with me, it's like when I learn something, or something I feel like I need to I need to hear, and I'm in the process of learning, I just create. I create it, so I might go back to reading my works a lot and all that, because I just create content I need to hear. So basically, guys, I'm just going to grow on this journey. I really still don't have it figured out, but I just feel like I should keep going, and I'm going to figure it out, on the job. Yeah, so that's all. So you guys, let's get right into the episode. And it's kind of like long. The Chidera Onoha podcast, I want us to call ourselves, the TCO podcast. Yeah, that's the Chidera Onoha podcast. So yeah, just putting it out there. Let's get right into the episode. Guys. Okay, guys, time for the content of today, which is really simple and straight to the point. So I came up with this when trying to, analyze how quarter one went, coming into quarter two. So I have this book. You guys, I really advise you have like a journal for each year. So I have this book where I, journal. I write like goals, plans, all that, just a journal. I think people should have that and all. So it was this phase I was, reviewing how, obviously, how you write a lot of goals, and for like the first quarter, you didn't really achieve it. And, writing for this new quarter, hoping that everything, I'll do things differently, I will sleep less, I will stop eating a lot and all that. And then I actually discovered that I really don't have, I have goals for myself. Like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, goals like, okay, I want to read more books, or I want to start exercising, But I noticed that when I am analyzing my goals, I don't know, it might just be me thing. You guys might do it differently. But whenever I'm analyzing my goals, and maybe I do a lot of personal goals, I don't even see it as a big thing. Like, it's more of what I'm doing, people are seeing goals. Like, probably, I'm starting a podcast. You get. So just imagine, in the month for quarter one, I told myself, Chidera, in this quarter, I'm going to drink a lot of water. And let's say I actually did drink a lot of water for most of, January, February. I really did. You get. And then there was another goal to hit 5K followers on Instagram, or to create 100 posts on Instagram. And I didn't achieve the other goal. I wouldn't even consider the first goal I had of water, even when I really did achieve it. I might smile. I'd be like, oh, I did this, cute. But, it's just there. Like, I won't really jump about. I won't really, like I said, it might just be a me thing. Maybe I need to fix myself. But if you're like me, I really did discover that I don't think I'm really paying attention to myself. Like, I think I'm doing a lot, especially with this goal thing, 2024, everybody's prophecies have gone ahead of you. God has said you do this, God has said you do that. So we're more in the, what are people seeing? Like, what is the Chidera Onoha doing? Not what is Chidera Onoha doing for herself. So this thing really hits me when, I was doing all that stuff. And I'm like, I actually don't give myself enough credit for my personal goals. And this honestly leads me to the topic for today, which is the relationship you actually have with yourself. Like I said, most of the things I create, right, it's more of me trying to tell myself. It's more of me trying to talk to myself. So this podcast episode is talking about your relationship with yourself. How is your relationship with yourself? You honestly, if someone asks me, a random person just comes, I'm like, Chidera, how's your relationship with yourself? I'll be like, very good, going well. I mean, I take care of that girl, I sleep a lot, I'll probably say something. But really, how is your relationship with yourself? How exactly do you treat yourself? And treating yourself is kind of maybe you do the bare minimum. Honestly, I think not all of them. Like I said, it might just be me, or maybe all of us. You might think you treat yourself well, but you actually are doing the bare minimum for yourself. What do I mean? Treating yourself is a big word, and this is way more than what everybody's called. You know how we say, self-love, soft life, taking yourself out on ice cream dates, which is actually great, which we should actually do. But the relationship we have with yourself is, is also how do you talk to yourself? How actually do you take care of yourself? I was listening to this podcast I just stumbled on. You Can Rest Here. Very beautiful podcast. I listened to one of her episodes, which really touched me. And it was how well do you take care of yourself? And before listening to that episode, I honestly thought I took care of myself perfectly. But then I realized that not really. Because taking care of yourself involves the way you talk to yourself. It involves what you feed. What you take into yourself. Do you get? It involves what you eat, what you wear, how you appear. I was like a child listening to this thing. I always thought like if I achieve, like if I get through the week of work, get through the week of content creation, and probably I stop by to get myself a cup of ice cream, I've taken good care of myself, I've repaid myself. But taking care of yourself is way more than that. It's way more than this whole self-love, you're taking pictures, putting it on Instagram, saying something, I love my body, is way more than that. Taking care of yourself is actually what you allow inside of you. So let me explain. So this talks about like, what you take inside of you. Let's talk about like not physical things, but what you allow inside you. It could be what you watch. It could be what you read. So in that episode, and because of this, my very particular friend, he's always telling me, he's always, I'm sure he will know you, so he's always reading books, he's always doing this, he's always doing that. And honestly, when he used to say it, I'm like, very inspiring. I wish I could be this. Well, you get like, I wish I could be this. Like, maybe, I won't say he's doing a lot, but now I'm actually realizing that it's actually the bare minimum you could do for yourself. Like, if you actually know the value of taking care of yourself. So it's like what you let inside, like what exactly are you watching? What exactly are you even listening to, letting into your being? What exactly are you reading? So that's like part of taking care of yourself. Like what are you listening to? What kind of songs are you listening to? Like what are you reading? Like, are you reading things that are good for your soul, are building your mind? Like, it's actually a whole lot. So that's like one aspect. Another aspect is, what are you eating? And taking care of yourself is not by buying yourself Cold Stone ice cream or ordering nice goodies for yourself. Because I'm honestly of the opinion that when the day I stop by from work to grab shawarma or something, I'm taking good care of myself. Like, before the day I listened to that podcast episode, it is, okay, name of the podcast episode. The name of the podcast is You Can Rest Here. And the name of the episode is How to Make 2024 the Best Year of Your Life. So in case you want to refer to it. So I honestly thought that stopping by a shawarma place is me taking good care of myself. But after listening to that episode, because honestly, we have to also think of what we're eating. So I heard something about a kind of diet. I think it's the carnivore diet. Honestly, with our being, our person, there are certain kinds of diets that do not promote like good living, like literal good living, as per the way like to make your body whole. They don't promote good living. That's eating so much carbohydrates. When you take so much carbohydrates, you take a lot of fizzy drinks, you just feel fat most of the time. You just feel sleepy. You just feel unmotivated and tired, legit. So I learned from that episode that it's not about going to get myself ice cream, but it's actually investing in like what I eat. Like, what exactly am I eating? Like, that's also part of taking care of yourself. I've said what you watch, what you read and all that, and what you eat. Even how you look. Like, how do you present yourself outside? Do you get? Like, all these things. Now, we'll also talk about, like, fitness. Do you work out? Do you stretch your body? Because, honestly speaking, when you're actually able to adopt a certain lifestyle, especially at this age, like in your 20s, I do feel like most people listening to me are in, beginning your 20s or wrapping your 20s, or even in their 30s, or maybe in their teens or something. But regardless, this time of your life is when you're meant to, if you want long life, how we always pray for long life, you actually have to partake in this. And no jokes apart, honestly, health is wealth. Like, we actually have to secure our health right now. But I don't want to deviate. For basically, I'm just talking about your relationship with yourself. Let me not deviate. But you know where I'm heading to. Your relationship with yourself. How is your relationship with yourself? Like, truly, like, and also, how do you talk to yourself? Like, I'm going to go into that because, I love to talk about things I love, and talking to yourself is something, that it just make me happy. All these other things, I just feel like you should know. Like, how is your relationship? How are you taking care of yourself? Maybe it's taking care of yourself. And taking care of yourself is not the popular narrative that everyone has, that, okay to take care of yourself, you buy yourself nice things and all that, things that don't even matter. It's about what you actually let into your being. Who even associates with, honestly? Like, who you even let, enter you. I'm not saying you should, choke. If you can, I'm not saying don't let people too close. Don't be mean or something, but don't let certain people that are not good for you too close to you. You get? So, yeah. Like, honestly speaking, it was like an eye-opener for me. Plus, setting my goals for quarter two, and not even, looking at the fact. Although you guys, I'm not even looking at the fact that I did certain personal goals. I hit setting. Maybe I was able to journal better, or I was able to wake up at a certain time. Like those personal things that you don't really value. It is always the things people are seeing, not even the small things, honestly. And success is honestly variable. Like, let no one tell you what success is. Like, you're going to be a child if you allow people tell you what success is. So let success mean something to you. And I say this because somebody might be crushing and living her best or his best 2024 by simply just sticking to their, like, what the personal goals they've set for themselves, and hitting it badly. And all these things are not something that might manifest right now. There's something that can manifest later on in life. And then you, just because you're doing, I'm not saying you're doing small stuff, maybe you're doing small things in the physical, which, please don't get me wrong, anything, success is what you feel it is. So give yourself your flowers. But basically, my point is, how are you taking care of yourself? Do you think you are taking care of yourself? Which brings me to my second segment. So the longest relationship we have in this life is the one you have with yourself. Imagine if it's a toxic one. So we always talk about how toxic people are on this earth, people, that don't know how to run a relationship better, people that are so self-absorbed and all that. But imagine if the relationship you have with yourself is toxic. It could be toxic if you don't talk nice to yourself, if you keep harboring the past inside you. Like, if you keep harboring every slight mistake you make inside you, you should be able to know that you're a human being and you're going to make mistakes. And when you make mistakes, the most important thing is that you don't dwell, in that mistake. The most important thing is that you take the lessons learned. You know how they say experience is the best teacher and all that. Basically, take the lessons you learned. Like, and honestly, there are sometimes that your experience, and sometimes experience don't teach again. Regardless, pick yourself up. I have someone that will say experience is the best answer for a fool, because he feels like if people have gone ahead, like if people have done this before, why do you need to make the same mistake? But I actually also feel I'm of a very strong opinion that sometimes you cannot know until it's you. There's certain things that you need to touch. Like, you just need to do it yourself for you to know her. For you to know her. That's honestly how, like, life works. That's honestly how the world moves. So basically, how are you taking care of yourself? Like, honestly, that episode, I just paused and I looked at the seed and I'm like, wow. Like, how are you taking care of yourself? Like, I know the whole point of living is serving others. I'm like trying your best, because we are not really in a self-absorbed world. The end goal at the end of the day is to give back, to serve others. Like, what have people gotten from you? Like, most people, when you reach that last stage, I think that's nothing. Ego. Hey God, Jesus, I'm sorry. Oh, that's it. This is episode. But sorry. So we have this 8 developmental stages by Erik Erikson. So the last stage is integrity versus this. No. Oh my God. I'm on a podcast disgracing myself. Yes, it's integrity versus despair. Yeah. So at that phase, you're able to know, how did you live your life? Like, so basically, I say this to say that the whole point of life is giving back. But you can't actually give back if you don't have. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from what you honestly do not have. So you actually invest in yourself. Like, invest in yourself. Read books, communicate with people. I'm saying read books. I don't know how you say read books, but still, honestly, you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. Like, I usually find myself beating myself up about me not doing so well in some relationships. Like, so sometimes when I feel like I wasn't a good friend to my friend, I come back and I'm like, am I even a good person? Like, I was not even there for this, my friend. Do you get? But yeah, that's the point of life. But you yourself, are you there for yourself? Like, you can't give what you don't have. A beautiful palace has plenty of rooms for people to come in because it's built. For people to come inside you, you have to be built. For you to be safe in the hands of people, for you to inspire people, you have to be built. And for you to be built, you have to put something inside yourself. So, my dear TCO community member, think about it, like, for real. Like, I do want to impact the world. I do want to, make one or two people smile. I do want to give my very best. But for me to give my very best, I have to be my very best. Like, what am I taking? What am I taking? Like, am I taking care of myself enough to give back to people? Am I taking care of myself enough to give back to the world, to be who God wants me to be everything I want to be? How is my relationship with myself? Something to think about, guys. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you want to be big, but how is your inside? Like, how can you accommodate big things? Like, genuinely, think about it. Think about it. Before you can achieve anything great, it actually has to start with yourself. Yeah, you actually have to know what you're doing. You actually have to be better with yourself. I know conflicted people, I don't think conflicted people change the world. I know, like, as human beings, there's going to be like a few, what do you call that thing? Like, there's going to be a few, falls and setbacks, and maybe you just over your head, but you don't let it last. But you can't be confused and change. Well, you have to have a strong sense of self to change this world. So yes, remember, the longest person you actually have is God and yourself. Like, this life is God and yourself. See, in this life now, it's just you and God. Like, every other person is passing, whether you like it or not. And that's the truth. That's why it's very important to find peace and happiness within yourself. Like, find peace and happiness inside of you. Because the truth is, there's no two ways about it. I know you love that boy. I know you love your husband. I know you love your friendship. I know you love your mom and love your dad. But the longest relationship you have in this self is the one you have. It's only God and you. And that's the truth. Like, it's only God and you. So, invest in your relationships, but make sure that the one you have with yourself is also something. Because when every other person has gone, it's only God and you can look to. And if the relationship you have with yourself is not perfect, you'll be sad. Like, nothing completes you but yourself. Let me tell you something. I'm not a relationship expert, and I know I'm not married or anything like that, but I can say for a fact that even that marriage you're looking forward to, or maybe that dating phase you're looking forward to, is not going to complete you. You're the only person that can complete yourself. That's just like a complimentary thing. So I've been reading a lot of books, relationship books lately, and I read this beautiful one by Pastor Laju Iren, and it says that, honestly, even people coming together, they're coming together as full people, they're not coming together as halves. Nobody completes you but God, and that's the truth. Like, I know I'm talking a lot right now, but nobody completes you but yourself. Like, this is for anybody who thinks like you need a man, or you need that your best friend, or you even need your mom. Like, the truth is, nobody completes you but you. Like, genuinely speaking, you and God. Like, that's it. That's all you get. Like, at the end of life, all the great friendships you have, that's a beautiful thing. But the only thing that can actually make you whole is just you and God. And that's it. that's it, honestly. And I pray you know that today. I pray you know that you're not longing for, something like, something to come and complete you. What you need completeness in is honestly God. That's just the truth. Honestly, let me tell you something. God can bless you with, people and all that. But you know how some people just feel like maybe if this particular woman enters their life, honestly, I know God can bring blessings to you and then your life changes. That's not true. But honestly speaking, maybe you should actually, honestly, you should talk to yourself today. Pray to God to make you whole, because that's the only person that can make you whole. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. This episode is going to be a very long one. That's it, guys. Please, let's take care of ourselves better. Hope you found something to really ponder on. Yes. Okay, guys, so we've finally come to the end of the episode. I already know you loved what you just listened to, and I hope that you actually do, meditate on it. I actually hope you actually do meditate on it, and you actually know that in this life, it's you and you forever. Like, it's you and God. Like, that's all you get. That's the reality. It's not even anything about being sad. That's the truth. Like, that's genuinely the truth. Like, at the end of the day, it's you. And, people only add to you. People only color your life. People don't make your life. Like, the friends you have, the boyfriend you have, the husband you have, he's just there to color your life. What makes your life is you and God. And that's it, honestly. That's the truth. So we should know this. And if you want to be a better husband, you want to be a better wife, you want to be a better girlfriend or a better friend, you have to be a better self. Like, you have to be a good person. You have to be good for yourself. You have to build yourself. Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. And I'm speaking to myself too, Chidera, if you want to be, a better, relationship partner, a better friend, I have to work on myself. Because I can't pour from an empty cup. Genuinely. And I hope this speaks to someone here today. I hope you actually does speak to someone here today. So yeah, we already know the drill, guys. Okay, so for the month of April, we're going to have a guest. Stop shouting, I know, stop screaming, you guys, stop it. We're actually going to have a guest soon, hopefully, if the person replies me. The person replies me. Okay, but it's not you guys, don't worry. I'm getting to Beyonce, but we're going to start with someone in the neighborhood and everything. So we're gonna have a guest. So this April is just me talking, me growing, sharing, and we'll have a guest this April. I won't tell you what we have for the other ones. I wanna keep you people on your toes. I wanna keep you people on your toes. Yeah. So we know the drill, guys. Please share this to everyone you love. Like, let's do this in our TCO community. Like, if you love somebody, share them the link. If you love your husband, obviously, you love your wife, you love your friend, just share this link to them. That's how we're gonna spread the gospel. Preach the word, share the gospel, and preach the word. Yeah, you don't know share the children how cause podcast is, it's giving glory. You don't even know, yeah, Chidera is okay. So, but yeah, share, guys, share. Share, please. Yeah, and text me, guys. Let me know what you think. Text me. Let me know what you think. I really, really would appreciate your reviews on this episode. Yeah. So that's all for today. I'm going to be meditating on these words. You too should. Things have, sometimes, whenever you even listen to this podcast, if you're on your notes, although I suggest listening to my podcast when you're doing something, picking one or two, but still, just some lines, jot it down. Some lines, pick it up. To help you in your life. Yes, guys. So thank you so much for listening to this point. I really do appreciate you. See you guys same time next week. Bye.